Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates. It's because it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone. Honestly, we love Pride. We love Pride in this house. Pride every day, by the way. I always have time to read. Don't you worry. All right. Hello. I am back. It's been a little while, and if you can't tell from just my hair, when I first started filming this channel, I was growing out a buzz cut, and it has been some time. So I actually almost quit this project entirely, and the last two videos that I filmed, the only two videos that I filmed quite a few months ago. I am really open about my mental health, and I think at the time my depression was my depression was kicking me in the butt quite a bit, and I just kind of felt like it wasn't really worth pursuing. But I have some really supportive friends, and they encouraged me and pushed me to keep going, and I'm honestly really happy that I'm back at it, and I have rejuvenated sparks for doing this project. So we're in a little bit of a different part of my apartment here in Tokyo, sitting between my corner of book piles. I'm actually moving back to Canada in the end of the summer, and so I had to kind of go through my books, and I'm trying to take a lot of them back with me, but moving internationally, especially during the times of a global pandemic, is very expensive, and postage is a nightmare. And I had to let go of a few, and I still have a stack of books that I'm trying to read, and my art books, most of it is my art book collection, and I just, it's years of collecting, and I can't bear to part with any of them. So for this, for right now, I decided I wanted to try to film a TBR video, a June TBR video. Currently, it is June 7th, so this is a little bit late, but whatever. One of my favorite booktubers kind of did a wrap up of what they had read in May and April, and they had read over 35 books. Shout out to Joel over at fictionalfates. I don't know how you did it. You're an absolute powerhouse. And so I kind of thought I would challenge myself to try and read almost as much as I can in June. Typically, I read about 4 books a month, and I'm very happy with that. And honestly, I really don't care much for numbers. And I want reading to be something that is fun and enjoyable, and that I can sit and take time with the books to really gobble them up and digest them and ponder and think about them. But I also thought it would be fun to challenge myself a little bit. And to be frank, I have a lot of books that I have not read yet, or that I'm borrowing, and the clock is ticking, and I would like to read them before I go, to decide if I want to go through the hassle of bringing them with me, or to, give them to new homes here in Tokyo. Also, my little new corner. This is art by my friend Oni. I love you, Oni. And a picture of my mom and my nanny, my grandma. So we are all in good company here. For this June TBR, I want to see how much I actually succeed at the end of June, and I will post an update, I guess. I actually just finished reading Noor by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm in love with it. It was an Afrofuturist book, and it just blew my flippin' mind. And I'm going to be doing a dedicated video on that later. So following that, I decided I wanted to, and then going through my books and preparing for my leave, I realized that I have a lot of Black literature that I have not read yet, and I want to, because I ordered it a while ago. For June, I am challenging myself to go through a couple Black literature books, some queer books, because it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone. For number 1, I have Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. This includes, it's just a collection of essays. It's a classic published by Penguin Random Modern Classics. And it includes The Master's Tools Will Never Dismantle the Master's House, which I know a little bit about that essay. I started reading this 2 days ago, just about her, you know, her essays from notes from a trip to Russia, and I really, really like it. I don't know a lot of her work. I do know that she is a powerhouse and like a Black lesbian who is known for her essays and her speeches and how they explore race and sexuality and poetry and friendship and just everything. I know that she's, you know, indomitable. And so I'm looking forward to reading her work. So I have Audre Lorde, Sister Outsider, for my first book. I'm sitting with this one. Then, like I said, I have Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This is a collection of, well, it's an autobiography. And I know, you know, this poem, it always was a favorite of mine growing up. So I'm excited to read this as well. I know that she faced like a lot of extreme poverty and discrimination, but I feel like she's quite known for her joy as well. So those are the two. One of my favorite writers is, well, I don't think it's fair to say favorite writers, but essentially almost. I've only read one book by James Baldwin, but Giovanni's Room broke my heart, tore it out of my chest. I love that book. I want to read more of his writing, and I know that Ta-Nehisi Coates is sort of compared to as like being a modern James Baldwin, and so I have Between the World and Me, and Toni Morrison says that it is required reading. It is like a letter to his adolescent son in an attempt to answer the questions such as, what is it like to inhabit a Black body and find a way to live within it, and how can we all honestly reckon with this fraught history and free ourselves from its burden? About, you know, the history of America and its idea of race and its falsehoods. So very excited to read this. I have also, Water Dancer? The Water Dancer has also been on my radar for a while, and so I know that he is supposed to be a wonderful, wonderful writer, so I'm looking forward to reading him as well. Going off of Pride Month, I am being ambitious. These are the 3 that I want to finish. And my other ambitions for Pride Month, because it is Pride Month, and honestly, we love Pride. We love Pride in this house. Pride every day, by the way. If you haven't watched my other videos, I am a queer, trans, non-binary person, and this is a safe space for everyone. It's a safe space for everyone. I want to read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I have not read any of her work yet, but what else do you need than queer characters on a spaceship called the Wayfarer, flying and working their way through space? That's essentially what I know of this. I am borrowing this from my dear friend Andy. Andy has nothing but great things to say about this, and I'm borrowing it. Thank you, Andy. I know I still have it. You can tell I'm a little bit late to the game, but reading is fun. So I read whatever I want when I want and as I go. So I also would like to read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Borrowing this from my pal Scarlett. You know, a Greek queer retelling. Again, don't know too much. I don't really need to know more than that. And I do want to get more into Greek novels. Oh, this was the winner of the Women's Prize. I did not know that. Excellent. I also want to read Circe by Madeline Miller as well. Yeah, that's basically it. I will see if I accomplish this goal, and if I do, great, and if I don't, also great. The whole point is just to read and to enjoy reading, and but I'm excited to have a bit of a challenge and kind of push myself more this month, even though I'm starting to pack up my life and slowly get rid of all my belongings that I have accumulated over 4 years living here. But I always have time to read. Don't you worry. So, I hope this was not as weird and haphazard and messy and all of that kind of jazz as of my last videos. And you know the drill. Like, subscribe, come and stay with me, stay here, and just for book content. All right, thanks. Bye bye.